Welcome to the ultimate Tolkien Tournament. This is Middle-earth Madness. Yes! Welcome back, everyone, to the Chamber of Death.
We are here.
We are here again for night 3 of the second round of the Ultimate Tolkien Tournament. We ready for some more battles?
Yeah, very ready. This one especially.
Yeah, we're starting it off pretty hot with the elf against the dwarf, followed by the elf against the bear. Man-bear, no pig, just man-bear. Followed then by the hobbit against the elven archer. And our nightcap is going to be a beastly battle. The great spider against the great eagle.
That should be very interesting there.
Yes, indeed.
I like it.
So,
I love it.
Any initial off-the-top thoughts about this first battle?
Well, yeah. Main thing is that Azaghal, I picked him earlier. I definitely think that his armor is an advantage here, and we'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, I think he has a strong chance, especially for a 1/9.
I think that's gonna. Well, I predict, and we'll see in a second here, that's gonna show up in the stats as well. Do we have Patty Man? I think he said his mic wasn't working yet, so we'll give him a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what we got here. Feanor is going to prefer melee in this first battle with his sword of Formendos. Azaghal also melee, so it's always kind of cool when you got an axe on sword melee battle, which is what they're going to want to do here. And they'll use their preferred weapons about 88% of the time. So
Yeah.
Feanor is the green line. Azaghal is the blue line. Couple of advantages here to the dwarf, that being deflection. So those ranged attacks that Feanor doesn't want to use, Azaghal is actually really strong against. Also, like all dwarfs, he has pretty stout toughness, 85 down here in the stat table.
Yeah.
So he's that's 1/3 of his sort of defense quotient, if you will, in terms of defending against damage. But and then armor, like you mentioned. But the problem is Feanor also has very good armor. He is, after all, the master craftsman of the Noldor. So he built himself some damn good armor, and Azaghal is only 3 points better.
Interesting. Yeah, lots of advantages here for Feanor, especially that spirit, obviously. The agility, elusiveness. I mean, there's no really disadvantage. Piercing is pretty much equal.
Yeah, quite favorable odds here for Feanor. It's going to take some luck. It's going to take some luck from Azaghal. But,
Yeah.
Luck is part of Tolkien, and so.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Exactly.
Exactly.
There is a chance.
So, without further ado, let's jump into our first battle. Let us fight. Soon. Now let us fight. First battle of the night, we have Feanor against Azaghal. Let us fight.
Go. Come on, Azaghal.
Ghost attack to Feanor. He cannot engage. Oh man, Azaghal. Again, same, misses. Can't engage. They're dancing. Back and forth. An engagement, but failed to hit. Same. And a failure to engage. Ah, tink! Off that dwarvish armor. Okay,
There we go.
engagement. Oh, another hit off the armor.
Good.
He was forced there to use a ranged attack, the beam of Lauraline from the Silmaril. Ooh, Azaghal, again, can engage. Tink! Off the elvish armor.
Oof, this might be a long one.
We could be here for a minute. Tink! Ah, forced to use a dagger throw that time. Fails to do any damage. Back and forth. Again, tink! And misses. A miss. A failure to engage. Failure to do any damage. That time again with the dagger toss. Back and forth. Tink! Oh, man. They are really having a difficult time. Oh, the first blow to Fëanor.
And
It's
just a
minor one.
tiny one, yeah.
Tiny one off the armor.
Well, well, well.
Well, Haunty.
30 plus rounds and hardly anything, huh?
Yes, what a time to show up.
Yeah.
You haven't missed a thing.
Lots of tinks off the armors.
Oh, the first blow to Azaghal. Same,
All
minimal
right.
damage.
Pretty much
The-
died.
We were saying before the battle, Haunty, that these two are heavily armored.
Yeah, I definitely can tell.
A blow to Fëanor. But, again, minimal damage.
What is the over-under of rounds? I'm
A
seeing
blow for Azaghal. A raid.
Yeah!
Heavily.
Oh, wow.
Advantage to the dwarf, and this is the kind of luck of which we spoke. But right back with another blow for Fëanor.
It's gonna be perfectly fine.
Back and forth they go, foul ones. Another blow for Fëanor, and he
no.
takes the lead.
It might not be
beam
fine.
of Lauraline.
Oh, no.
Yes, through 43 rounds, we have a slight advantage for Fëanor. Can the Dwarf Lord of Belegast regain the initiative? Miss and miss and miss and miss. Engagement but no hitting. Engagement but no blows. Through the 50th round, tink! Off the armor. Another blow, tink! Off the armor.
Ugh.
Azaghal is
Oh,
hanging in.
sketchy as fuck.
Oh, a blow for Azaghal.
Oh!
Very minimal damage.
Oh, no.
Tink! Approaching the 60th round. Who will deliver the death stroke? Back and forth they go. Elrond definitely doesn't win. Let's
Sorry.
see. All good, all good. Back and forth. Oh! No victor. Tink, tink! Back and forth.
Can this get to round 80?
We might have a new record.
This is crazy.
Oh, a hit, but no damage. Can anyone score the death stroke? Oh, a swing and a miss. Failure to engage.
This might be our record.
Oh, a blow!
Oh,
Oh, and a tink.
Fëanor
Wow.
is chipping away. And back and forth they go.
yeah, this is the
Another
record.
blow for
This is the
Fëanor. Is
longest.
this enough? Slay!
Oh,
Fëanor wins at
We did.
last. 81 rounds.
81 rounds. Wow. What a start to the night.
Woo! Man, Azaghal, he almost had it. Well, welcome in, Santi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a late start, so we didn't do too much pregame, so you didn't miss much. But yeah, we are off and running with that one, and Fëanor advances to the Sweet 16.
Perfect.
So how's it going out there?
Oh, man. Oh, what a fight. Yeah, things are good over here.
Good, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, excited for the last fights. But, let's see. Now I'm curious, right? Because since I joined a little bit late, what does this look like in the bracket? Like, what is?
Yeah, good question. We can always have a look. See. Here we go. All right, so let's take down that sign there. Thank you. And here we are. Oh, no, we need to switch. All these were resolved last night. So the left side of the bracket's looking good. The right side of the bracket, we will advance. Oh, no, we are down here in the... Gosh, where are we? Sorry, guys. We are up here.
Feanor.
In the Numenor region. So, yep. Feanor just hewed down Azaghal in 81 rounds. And he will face the winner of Thranduil and Glorfindel tomorrow night.
Oh, my man.
So he'll get one of these two. Probably Glorfindel, your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the match I had predicted, and that's where I have Feanor going down. And last night, a lot of my Sweet 16 matches came to fruition. So
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll see. I've got a Palantir over here, though. I think I already told you.
Yes, one of the 7. Which one of the 7 did you procure?
Oh, I have no idea. Just found it next to the sewer.
Oh, man.
Probably
that didn't work out
Pennywise
too
left
well
it
for
there.
Pippin. Finding Palantirs in the sewer.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hanti, we are doing fights for tonight. The next one we're going to do is Fingon against Beorn. This one.
Oh.
And then winner of that
Let's
will
go,
get
Beorn.
winner of Turin against Glaurung, one that actually happened in the books, which is cool. And then we're going to fight
Let's go,
Mary
Turin.
against Beleg.
Oh, let's go, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gothmog the only one seed that has been eliminated thus far?
Correct.
Indeed.
Oh.
And last one of the night is Ungoliant against Thorondor.
Let's go on Gouliant.
I'm definitely Team Thorondor on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, we are rocking and rolling, man. Next fight is going to be the Elf Lord of the First Age against the Man-Bear but not Peg of the Third Age. the only Beorning that we know of, member of the race that he basically gave the name to because, the shapeshifters of Rovanyan up there next to the Karak between Mirkwood and the mountains. We don't know too much about them, right? Tolkien left us kind of in the dark. They're shapeshifters, skin changers, he calls them, in bear shape. But he leaves it open. He says also other shapes. So theories abound. If you go back to the First Age in the Silmarillion, the other shapeshifters we saw were interestingly all creatures of evil, usually werewolves of Sauron. Okay, so one of the cool things to speculate about in the Tolkien Legendarium there is what is Beorn's nature, and was he perhaps, in origin, a creature of evil that's actually joining the good side? What do you guys think about that idea?
Interesting. So, could he have been... Yeah, I mean, I guess there's really no other origin, so... It is a good theory. I mean,
just kind of an open-ended deal, right? And so obviously it is kind of cool. And if you going back to the First Age, he actually slew Karkaroth to get to this battle, right? That's why you see the 11 seed facing the 3 instead of in this round typically it'd be like a 7 against the 3, or a 6. But Beorn took care of business against Karkaroth. And then a little bit of, if you want to come with me to Lordor just for a minute on Fingon. Fingon the Valiant earned his name several ways in the First Age. One, the whole piece of Feanor, well, I shouldn't call it peace, the strife caused by Feanor, the strongest, most badass of the Noldor elves that crossed over from Valinor to try to get the Silmarils back from Morgoth. Well, there were several factions from the get-go because Feanor, it was driven by madness. So he wasn't nice to any of his would-be, allies. He wasn't into team building over there, man. He was just like, you're with us or against us, and keep up, or you're out of the club, right? And not only that, like once he, forcibly stole the Teleri ship, the swan ships at Alquilonde, and slew his own kin, crossed the ocean in them, burned the ships when he could have sent them back for Fingolfin and this, the other, his half brother and his other allies, right? He's like, no, I don't have time for any of those guys. Plus, they're pussies anyway; they can't keep up. So he loses it, and he goes to Thangoro Dream and meets his own doom, right? And Fingolfin, namely, is then the chieftain, the high king of the Noldor, and one of and Fingolfin's eldest son, only son, I believe, is Fingon, and Maedhros, one of the eldest son of Feanor, actually gets captured by the servants of Morgoth in a ruse, and stapled basically in iron rungs to the side of a precipice, and he's just hanging up there, right? And his arm is decaying off, and it's days up on dangling by one wrist up on a precipice. And finally Fingon says, look, I know my family, the sons of Fingolfin, aren't supposed to like the sons of Feanor, but back in the old country, in Valinor, I was best friends with Maedhros. Like, him and I used to hunt with Orme all the time. We jam together, we play our harps, sing with Maglor. We had a band, elf band. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go by myself, and I'm going to rescue him. So special ops mission, but not so special ops because it's just one dude. Fingon the Valiant goes and he rescues Maedhros with the help of Thorondor, of course, because Thorondor always offers help in timely situations, right? So he's exploring, he being Fingon the Valiant, exploring Thangoro-Dream and all of its foul precipices. He starts jamming his harp, hoping his buddy will hear him and think of the good old days when they would jam tunes together and stuff like that. And then Thorondor, takes him up there, and Maedhros says, "Just cut it off, man. Just cut the arm off and get me down." And so he cuts Maedhros' arm off, and Maedhros doesn't have a hand after that, but he learns to wield his blade all the more fell with his good hand. And so that actually heals all the wound, the friction, between the sub-factions of the Noldor. And they were actually able to have, a watchful peace during the siege of Angband when Morgoth actually could not get out. And he was kind of biding his time and strengthening dragons and doing whatever he was doing down in those pits, building orcs, building armies, biding his time, waiting for his next death stroke. And they call that the peace of the Noldor and the siege of Angband. So, Fingon the Valiant. Yeah, that's a little background for this guy.
Super cool. Yeah, well, this matchup is obviously very intriguing. It's another one of those 3-11s where I'm leaning toward the 3, but man, so much has happened here. And they just have such different... they're just such different characters.
Yeah.
So I could really see it going any which way. But I am picking Fingon. It's one of those where my pick is different than where I want Beorn to win, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Beorn, yeah, he's just...
Also, this version right here, the logo. So I've been watching, I recently rewatched, Breaking Bad.
Oh,
and that blue is like the exact same shade, and so I'm like breaking Beorn. Yeah, it looks like he definitely is on meth.
Yeah, he had some of that blue stuff.
The blue, yeah.
Oh, it's like that. Have you heard of that Cocaine Bear story?
I haven't seen it, but
I haven't. I saw, I guess that's actually based off a true story.
It's a true story. Yeah.
So weird, man.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, pretty much. I like to make a very long story short. Just cartel like just dropped off some shipment in the middle of the woods, and a bear found it. So
and got into it, obviously.
yeah,
That's what bears
Oh,
do.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn. Well, that explains a lot for Beorn. Skin changer, really fired up.
yeah.
Yeah, so quick breakdown here. We got, Fingon is the green line. He's obviously the favorite in this one. Significant favorite over the 11 seed Beorn. A couple of advantages for the blue line here, though. We see ferocity, accuracy, which is weird. His ranged attack is kind of like the Horn of Gondor or some of these other ranged attacks that is not very piercing. You can see down here is piercing only 40. So his
it's
ranged
like
attack,
a roar.
yeah, it's going to be an intimidation attack, but he's got a toughness edge. He's got an accuracy edge for what little it might matter. Both are going to cling to melee here, and the Blade of Mithrim is going to be going against the Savage Claws 91% of the time. So you guys both taking Fingon?
Yeah.
let me just go with Beorn just for vibes.
Nice. Let us find out, shall we?
Aye.
Let's do it.
Fingon the Valiant against Beorn. Let us fight. The first attack to Fingon the Valiant. Blade of Mithrim fails to hit. Beorn comes back, misses. Fingon with the first blow. Fingon with the first blow. Heavily hewn.
Yeah.
Significant advantage for the Elf Lord. Beorn fails to even engage. Miss. Oh, a hit, but no damage. Fingon cannot hit. Miss. Miss. Another blow. Tink.
Oh,
much
man. I thought it was going to be over quick, and it still might be.
A blow for Beorn.
That's
Not
enough.
significant damage, but he's not out of the fight. For you are never out of the fight. All right, engage. No damage. Another blow for Beorn. Damage. But slight smite. He's
Still
hanging in.
something.
He's got a chance. Fingon comes back. Nothing. And nothing. Engage, but no damage. And nothing. They're dancing. Hit, but no damage. Beorn, he's having a tough time engaging. A hit, but no damage for Fingon. And
Now they're getting into it.
They're getting into it a little bit. Beorn's fired up. Another blow for the Elf Lord. Is it enough? Slay!
Oh man.
Fingon wins.
Oof. Yeah.
Just when our hopes are getting up again. So yeah, not too surprising in terms of outcome there. Guys watching, let us know. Guys and girls, hopefully, let us know in the comments what your predictions are for these fights tonight. What your thoughts are. We'd love to hear from you. Keep those comments coming, man. Yeah, so the Elf Lord handles business in that one.
Yeah, he definitely stood on business. Meanwhile, poor Beorn.
Yeah.
If I had to say anything about that performance, I would actually just go ahead and play this clip.
So we don't have the capacity.
We don't have what?
The capacity.
Oh, the capacity. The capacity. I like it. Very nice. Yeah, man, he didn't have the capacity.
Yeah. It's one of those. It was kind of a long shot from the get go, but
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Beorn. He made a run. He got to whatever that was. I mean, he got the upset in the first round, didn't he, against Karkaroth, right?
Yeah.
So, shout out to him. you know, yeah, I can only get so far. Fingon. Could be. I guess that could shape up to a Fingon versus Feanor or Glorfindel if my pick goes the way I want it to. But I don't have Fingon getting that far. I can't remember who I have down there. A dragon, I believe.
Yeah, is that right?
No, I had Gothmog down there, so that's busted. I had Gothmog
That's
against
right.
Glorfindel, like in the final four. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and then Gothmog versus Ancalagon in the final,
Indeed.
right?
Indeed.
Well, let me see. Oh, and then yeah. So you had in this area, right? At Glaurung. Whoa, sorry. Can you guys see this? I'll probably zoom in a little bit.
Yeah.
That didn't help. Sorry. All right, get us ironed out here. So we got that's the next fight, and then we've got Fingon's obviously going to advance. Yeah, I thought the winner of this is going to be the Elf Lord, maybe against Glaurung, but it could be Turin. Don't overlook Turin in that one. He slew him in quote unquote real life in the books.
Is that Turin, son of Húrin, or is that the other way around? Okay.
Nope, you got it. Yep. Turin, son of Húrin, the cursed son of Húrin. Who ends up, banging his sister, and he doesn't even know about it until later. That's part of the curse of Morgoth. We'll get to that tomorrow, I'm sure, during that.
I hate that fight because I love them both, Glaurung and Turin.
Yeah.
That one pisses me right off already.
I thought you're saying that you hate the fight because of the brother-sister thing, but yeah, let's move on.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so Beorn, impressive win here, looking back. So, yeah, I thought, honestly, I had Cod cut off. He was, if you recall, like he's maxed out in a couple areas, like ferocity and things like that. And he's got decent magic because of that. He was hand fed by Morgoth, and he had the Silmaril and inside him. But nope, no sleeper run for him.
And welcome, Pat.
Can you hear me?
Man.
What's up, dude?
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I connected with my phone. I was leaving the office, but I didn't think anyone could hear me.
Oh, you're good. No, I don't. Yeah. You're here now, though. What's up?
Oh,
Did
same
you catch,
old.
Did you catch any of those fights?
Yeah.
while
I
you were
listened to
driving
it.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no upsets so far, really, tonight.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping Beorn would pull a miracle, but
Right.
got close, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
So quick refresher for everyone out there on the how this stuff actually works in the battle engine. We won't belabor it too much here, but we do commonly get the question. Okay, so you guys talk about all these Madden stats, right? "Quote unquote" Madden stats, or all these categories that the characters have. This is what drives our battle flow, right? So for each phase of the battle flow, whether you're following the yellow line, which represents the ranged flow, or the pink line's in the middle, which is your melee flow. In order to do damage, as you see in the readouts when we're actually fighting a battle, sometimes they engage but don't hit. Sometimes they fail to even engage, right? You have to roll to engage successfully, then roll to strike successfully, then hit successfully, which is rolling to strike, right? Then to wound successfully, and then finally roll for your damage. And each of these stats sort of matches up with one phase of battle. Does that make sense, fellas?
Yeah. So it's, and I think we had mentioned it before, but this like the kind of like the matrix that you showed there was kind of inspired a little bit by the Middle Earth. I forget the name of it. The minis game.
Yeah, minis. It kind of a little bit like this flow kind of was, right? And yeah, to an extent, like your tabletop games kind of work on this sort of premise as well, right? Where you have different categories and skills for each character, and you usually have to, until you memorize them, you have to have like a little book on the side and say, oh, Boromir's a 93, but only a 50 here, and line them up and then roll your dice, right? In our case, it's a little easier because the computer algorithm rolls the dice for us. That's what it does. The battle engine is good for that, right? But these are basically just all your skills here. So keep dropping it in the comments if you have specific question on the skills and kind of how they're driving the outcomes there. But I just wanted to show this again real fast before our next fight, which is Mary against Beleg.
All right, the giant killer. Let's go.
Dude, yeah, you can't say that loud enough. The giant killer. He slew Gothmog.
At this point, I'm pulling for him all the way.
Dude, you kind of have to, right?
I have to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chucky doesn't have to if he doesn't want, because Gothmog's his guy. I get it. But what an unbelievable upset.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, and he looks pissed off, too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. Like, the other hobbits are kind of just like, doop-a-doo. Mary's like, nope.
I'm still no.
He's a serial hobbit.
This is giving me. This is traumatic. Looking at Mary, it's traumatic. I hate this guy. No.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Did that guy have some of the blue, too?
Maybe, but
looked like it.
Heisenberg. Yeah, man. It's with all apologies to Chucky, it was the upset of the tournament. But with all likelihood, like to Chucky's, redemption, if you will, he's probably going to get impaled by Beleg in this one. Look at this.
Ooh.
good.
It's interesting because Mary's actually not quite as elusive as Beleg. So
Indeed. Yeah, Mary. Yeah,
Look at
not
that
as
agility,
agile.
though. Wait, no, sorry, that's Beleg. My bad. I'm reading the wrong shit.
Yeah, green line Beleg, blue line Mary.
Yeah.
So we've got, and Mary's got some advantages in valor. Yeah, he certainly was a brave bastard. You can't take that away from him. 85 valor. That's amazing for a 16 seed.
Yeah.
He's got really good dexterity.
I thought you were gonna say that's amazing for a 16-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, he's a young hobbit. I don't know. Maybe in hobbit years, he is kind of 16.
Yeah, I don't know.
All that underage drinking at the Green Dragon.
how in the world is Mary going to pull this off?
I don't
I
think
guess he has better. He has better striking by a good amount.
Yeah, good call. Which again, because your striking is going to determine how likely in that wounding dice roll in the middle makes you more likely to wound against your opponent's armor, right?
What's Beleg's armor again?
So if we go back, yeah, it's Beleg doesn't have good armor.
They're tied on armor.
33.
Oh,
So
Mary's gonna win.
Ooh, Chucky's calling it. Mary's 75 striking against. Here, let me get my cursor up here. Mary's 75 striking against Beleg's 33 armor is an advantage. So if he wounds, he will do damage, right? Then the next series of dice rolls, if you will, determine how much damage, and that's going to be determined by three things in the skill table too, which are always worth pointing out. Three things: magic, stamina, and ferocity. It's a combination. Okay. So magic, stamina, and ferocity against valor, toughness, and spirit. So, yeah, put that all in a blender, mix it around, and Mary's got a chance, doesn't he?
Guess so.
Yeah. I mean, I could see this actually taking a little bit of a while, right? Because those are pretty high elusiveness stats on both of those characters.
Mm-hmm.
So this one could be, could be one of those that it really is until somebody hits that first blow, right?
Yep. Let us find out, foul ones.
Aye, aye.
The third battle of the evening. Beleg Strongbow against Meriadoc Brandybuck. Let us fight. First shot by Beleg misses. Mary attempts to use his battle white blade and can't engage. Another shot by Beleg miss. And they're dancing right off the bat, back and forth. They're both wily, they're both elusive. Could keep us here for a bit of a longer battle, which is just what we like.
Yes.
Indeed.
Oh, the first shot.
Oh, not a lot.
Barely hit him.
That one went into his fro.
Yeah, just stuck in his fro. Barely scratched his scalp. Oh, another one. Again.
He's scalping him.
Yep.
He's collecting
Another-
hairpins.
ooh. At least he's hitting, unlike Mary. Mary is yet to even hit. Might want to hunk some rocks at him. Oh, another shot. Doesn't wound. Can Mary strike a blow against the valiant elf of the first age? Not yet. Back and forth they go.
Santi predicted.
Oh,
it.
another shot by Beleg! Slain!
Oh!
Instantly with a death stroke. An arrow through the eye, perhaps, or the heart.
Shot through the heart.
Someone's to blame, and Beleg's to blame. Yeah, man. Is that redemption for your Gothmog loss, Juggy?
Yeah, I guess. I knew it was going to happen. I'm still mad. Because, you know, interestingly, it's all about the matchup, and I think
It really
Gothmog
is.
would have wrecked Beleg. So I'm like, whatever. You know, it is
Yeah.
what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
But, yeah. Beleg is cool, though, so I'm cool with this.
he is cool, but you know, I didn't get to take you guys to Lordor before the fight. I'll be brief for this time with this guy, but he does have a kind of an interesting story, Beleg. So he was a March Warden of Doriath, but what's the capital of Doriath? Menegroth, sorry. So Menegroth, the Sindarin elves of Beleriand, these were the elves under Elu Thingol who never made it to Eldamar, Tol Siri on the island, and then to the mainland of Valinor. They never made it to go live with the quote-unquote angels and gods, basically the Valar and the Maiar. So, in a way, you could argue they are the lesser of the elves, but it depends on what we're talking about. They have strengths as well. You know, they're sort of soft skills strengths, things like, they're much better songwriters. They're your artists. They're your linguists. They're your poets, historians, right? But also in battle, they are elite archers. The Noldor really are not the elven archers you think of. Okay, those are the Sindar, and even the Lyquindi and the Moriquindi, who never even made it into Beleriand. Some of them, except for a small group, into Osiriand under Denethor, who, bless their little green hearts, they got dealt with by orcs pretty brutally because they were lightly armed. They're kind of like Ganburigan type elves with really crappy bows and sticks and stones and stuff. Just they needed more tech, and the Noldor, of course, brought over that tech, right? But anyway, Beleg was one of the foremost guardians of the kingdom of Menegroth, which the elves and dwarves built together, believe it or not, back when they used to get along in the first stage, before all sorts of nastiness befell them, and they kind of got a divorce after that. But to stick to just Beleg's lore, he fell into the curse of Morgoth indirectly by meeting Turin, son of Húrin. And this is after all the events of Beorn and Luthien. So the king of Menegroth, his name is Thingol, King Thingol. This is Luthien's dad. He has a Silmaril that he got from Beorn and Luthien from their quest. And he's wearing it, and he's, greedily hoarding it, basically. But at the same time, he's also kind of learned his lesson on men being killed. He used to hate men. He was really racist. And he's just like, only elves are killed. And more specifically, honestly, he was like, only Sindar elves are killed. Everyone else, the Naugrim are ugly and stunted. And it was actually his people that gave them the nickname Naugrim, which means the stunted people. So this guy's a dick, right? And until Beorn sort of softens his heart and proves to him, it's like, damn, men have something to them, and now I kind of like them. And so he does this about face, and so he decides to foster years later Turin, son of Húrin, who his entire family basically gets wiped out by Morgoth, and he's an orphan. So he raises him partly in Menegroth, and that's how he meets Beleg, Strongbow, and they go hunting for orcs together in the woods and start fighting together. And fast forward even more, Beleg starts finding out, man, this kid Turin, he's definitely under the shadow of Morgoth. Not that he's evil and wants to kill elves or anything, but he's just cursed. He's part of his dad was literally cursed for defying Morgoth. And part of that curse, you'll recall, is not killing or harming Húrin himself, but taking out his whole family line and making him watch through Morgoth's eyes from Thangorodrim, right? So poor Húrin has to watch all this unfold sort of in a palantir, doesn't describe exactly how, but from afar through Morgoth's eyes. And ultimately, it's Turin that kills Beleg in the end. So that's Beleg's lore.
Super cool.
And we always appreciate when we go into the lore door.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now,
sorry,
I guess, chat. If you have any questions or anything like that, I mean, feel free to jump in, and that's.
Yeah,
like I'm learning so much,
Even if it's after the fact and you're watching this after we're live, hit the.
Yeah, good point.
We'll see it later and respond somewhere.
Yeah, look, we're on all the social channels, so you know where to find us. Or if you don't, anywhere is the answer. Just pick your favorite platform.
Yeah.
Do a search for Middle Earth Madness. We're there. Or even better, go to middleearthmadness.com. Bottom of any page are all the links you need for all of our socials. And it's a kick-ass website, so go have a look.
Indeed.
Last fight of the night, guys. We've got Ungoliant against Thorandor. Initial thoughts off the top?
Crazy matchup between two beasties. Yeah.
This one I'm excited about.
It's really
Now,
hard to say.
We've talked a little bit about Ungoliant, and we're not necessarily saying she's not at her peak when she's like consumed all the light of the trees, right?
Yeah, she's not on meth.
Okay.
This, and Patty Man touches on something
once again with the Breaking Bad.
yeah.
No,
but this
I
is
had
an
to keep
important
it
point.
going.
Yeah, definitely keep it going. But see, there's a 3 next to her name, right?
Yes.
That's going to be objectionable, right? Because this is a creature that took Morgoth down. Well, pinned Morgoth down, and might have damaged him, or I don't know about slain him. I really doubt she could have done that. But it's possible. I'll give it possible, okay? Because he was exhausted from all the power that he'd put forth during their escape from the Valar. They were riled up after after Ungoliant and Melkor slew the trees, right? And I don't want to take you guys all the way to Lordor right now. We can talk more after the fight. But to Patty Man's question, really, this isn't the ultimate form of Ungoliant, where she's just devoured all the light in the universe, pretty much literally, because she's eaten all the light out of everything but the 3 Silmarils, and then she's trying to eat those, which Morgoth has at that point, and he refuses to hand them over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Patty.
Would we reckon that her, let's say, size or power would be comparable to like Shelob? Or is she bigger and stronger?
I don't think we know. I think, in my mind, and this is just my interpretation, I'm not pointing to facts here, she was always bigger and greater than Shelob, and the reason for that is years of decline, right? The description that comes to mind is she bred with the foul offspring of Ungoliant for thousands and thousands of years to make Shelob, right? So this is a diminished form of Ungoliant. Ungoliant's still big and bad and mysterious, and for all we know, she could be a Maiad, a monstrous, a divine creature of some kind. I think it's unlikely that she would be one of the Vala, because those are pretty much all accounted for. But I think it's entirely possible she's a Maya.
There's definitely some theories floating out in the void about her. I've heard some about her being a accumulation or like a representation of the discord of the music of the Valar. I don't know. She could be anything. But that being said, will she be fell enough?
Ooh. Thorondor, he's a really interesting one too. We can talk more after the battle probably about him as well. But I mean, I think he had like a 30 fathom wingspan. So if you imagine like really roughly, I don't know what a fathom is really, but like basically 75 yards, like 3/4 of a football field, Bertie. Like this is like a freaking airplane.
It's a very large bird, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Against a very large spider, eh?
I know, yeah.
This would make a good movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla, nah, let's do this.
Monty, were you saying like Ungoliant always reminds you of the scene in Team America?
Yeah, it's like, have you ever seen a man eat his own head? Whatever.
Have you ever seen an ant eat his own head? I think
No.
is what he says.
Or something, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And he just is like, what?
You haven't seen everything.
So you haven't seen everything.
Oh,
I think he's saying, kiss me. Kiss me.
It just came to me. He goes, a flying limo. Now I've seen everything. Have you seen an ant eat its own head? No. Then you haven't seen everything, have you?
Exactly.
That is a freaking legendary movie.
Well, it's just to say that since like Ungoliant ultimately consumed herself. That's
Yes, there you go. There's a connection.
Ouroboros.
I just remember watching that with Adam and everybody. Long time ago. Probably too young to be watching it, to be honest.
It is in retrospect, it's such a good re-encapsulation for the younger generation of that whole like Iraq war that we all lived through, like if it's just the best satire I've ever seen of that whole age, right? Like that's characterized our youth basically, along with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
All right, guys, the clock says it's time for the last fight of the night. Buckle up.
Yeah, I want to take a look at these stats here.
Yeah, well,
Cool.
you have to stay buckled for a minute while I get my technical situation in order. Wait for it. All right. Good content here, guys. Awkward silence.
All good,
And
all good, man.
technical difficulties. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so we got Ungoliant against Thorondor. Why is this not pulling up? All right. I think we're good. All right. So, quick look at the stats here. Boy, these are all over the place, man. Advantages to both here. Ungoliant has more advantages, but man, they're only about 30 apart in overall talent. If you look at this, Ungoliant's going to try to stick with ranged, using her belching of black vapor. Thorondor's, really doesn't have a choice but to try to use his talons of Manwë. Battlefield conditions favor Ungoliant, so they're going to use their preferred weapons 94% of the time.
So, again, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I think elusiveness is really powerful. And because of that, I'm going to give this to Thorondor.
Yes, indeed. And what does elusiveness do, you might ask? Well, it's the ability to avoid getting engaged by the enemy, right? Which is that first real hurdle you have to clear in order to... Because if you can't engage, you can't hit, right? And if you can't hit, you obviously can't wound. So it makes you extremely dodgy, hence the name elusiveness, right? So what other advantages might Thorondor have? I mean, elusiveness maxed out.
Max, like not even high, max the F out.
Yep, you bet.
Like,
100%.
ridiculous.
Also
that
agile.
accuracy and dexterity looks like.
Yeah. Yep. So those are gonna be an advantage. I mean, accuracy is not going to be a huge advantage again because he's not going to try to use range very much. So that one is kind of washed out. But dexterity, again, check out dexterity. That's your ability to avoid range striking on defense. And Ungoliant wants to use that ranged combat with her venomous cloud. And maybe Thorondor can just dodge it and hang in, right?
I could see that, right? Like Ungoliant creates like a cloud of poisonous smoke, but Thorondor just flies around it.
Just flap those football field wings.
Yeah. Blow that shit away.
Exactly.
Let's find out, shall we?
Aye.
The final fight of the evening. We have Ungoliant against Thorondor. Let us fight.
Aye.
Ooh,
shoot.
first blow to Ungoliant. A slight smite.
Wow.
So much for that elusiveness.
So much, yeah.
They are dice rolls after all, and she came up triple snake eyes. It works. Ooh, can't hit. Thorondor's first attempt fails. Engagement, but failed to hit. The talons of Manwë cannot even engage, and they're dancing a little bit. Oh, a stroke by Thorondor! And they're even.
Yeah, he's gonna keep chipping away.
Yes.
Wow.
Even through 6 rounds. Ungoliant misses. Thorondor can't even engage. A hit but no damage by the spider. And the eagle cannot engage, or can't hit. Ah, the spider can't hit. A hit but no damage. Back and forth they go. Another hit by Thorondor! A massive hewing wound!
Oh, wow.
Gaping slash with the talons. And a major advantage to Thorondor through 14 rounds. Let us see if it is enough. Ah, man. See, with that venomous cloud, the accuracy just isn't there, is it? And obviously, as we said, Thorondor is rather elusive.
Just a bit.
Miss. And a miss. Back and forth they go. Engaging, but no hits. There's a hit, but but man, it doesn't do any damage. The eagle with another wound.
Ooh.
Not enough.
Ungoliant might have
Goliath's
to pick it up.
hanging in there. Back and forth, back and forth. Who will deliver the death stroke?
Ungoliant.
In fourth.
Do something more. You're
Back
at 3
and
seed.
forth.
Come on, prove it.
What's gonna happen, fellas? Ooh,
Ooh, they are.
they are just dancing. Teak! Oh,
There we go.
by Ungoliant, but just slight. Oh, a hit but no damage by the eagle.
Ah.
Oh, wound by Ungoliant
Yeah,
to even the
there we go.
fight. In the 40th round. Boy, we got ourselves a battle here. It's still anyone's fight. Back and forth, a hit, no damage.
Ungoliant has this now.
Ungoliant, another wound.
Oh,
Only 4 damage. Can the Bertie finish him?
This is where that stamina needs to start kicking in.
Ooh, that's right. Back
Coming
and
up
forth
on
they
50.
go. Another hit. No damage. And a slight pause for the 50th round. Let the panel chime in on the last fight of the night. Your predictions, gentlemen.
Ungoliant. She's gonna come back and get this in the 4th quarter.
Yes.
Oh.
She's getting more hits in than he is. I definitely.
I'm still going with Kaka, baby.
Yep, same.
And there it is. No.
Ooh.
Oh, not enough damage.
Not enough Kaka.
Not enough ta-ta. Back and forth. Oh, a hit by
Poison
Ungoliant.
face.
Helmet
No.
The foul beast of Morgoth wins. Damn, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was. It really was. That was.
Zeus. Man, I thought Thorondor had that one. But
I
Chucky
thought
called
he
it.
did. I really did.
Oh, man. Well, so we definitely still got some evil dudes representing in this thing. Let us take a look at the bracket and see just how many we have. Let's see. So, Ungoliant is going to advance to take on who? Well, the winner of Húrin and Saruman, which could be a very, I mean, that super different depending on which of those two he gets.
Yeah.
Certainly not an easy run.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, Frodo, but it's like after the first fight.
Mm-hmm. And even Frodo, he had Sting, and I recall him hanging in at least for a minute. It wasn't super close, but yeah, that was a decent one. And then up here in the bracket, we've got, okay, so for tonight, Feanor slays Azghal. He'll take the winner of Thranduil and Glorfindel. Fingon gets the better of Beorn, and he will get the winner of Glaurung and Túrin. Merry couldn't hang with Beleg. He gets impaled after, more than a dozen rounds. And Beleg will fight the winner of Huan and Luthien. Interesting. Good first age matchup there. And Ungoliant against, yeah, like we said, either Húrin or Saruman. So there you have it. Night 3 of the second round in the books. A little look ahead here to tomorrow night, which we kind of just did, but I lost my screen here. Man, I am not batting 1,000 when it comes to screen share tonight. More coffee tomorrow night, or some of the blue. There we go. Okay.
Maybe not. Don't.
Yeah, leave that blue alone.
But yeah, some shaping up to be some very interesting ones in the next couple rounds here. Obviously, I mean, Yeah, I've got Glorfindel in that one. But we'll see. Thranduil stands a chance with that range ability, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that we've noticed throughout this tournament is really sometimes, the number that you have right next to your name might not necessarily be indicative of how you're going to do in that fight.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. A lot like the real March Madness, the basketball tournament, because
Yeah.
it really just depends way more on matchups.
Either way, I'm looking really forward to this fight right here. Turin versus Glaurung. It's going to be
yes.
fantastic just for the lore aspect of it.
Yeah, man. Can Glaurung avenge himself against the sneak attack of Turin from below in the ravine where he creeps up the side and jabs him in the belly, right?
Yes. The Black Blade.
Yeah. Cool moment in the Silmarillion. And then so Huan against Luthien. But this is another lore-driven matchup of two really close, companions in the story.
This is like on par with like a fellowship fight, kind of.
It really is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which also, I think we have one of those, maybe?
Well, yeah, we will in the Sweet 16. Legolas against Boromir.
Yes. Yeah, looking forward to that one as well.
And then, as we've touched on already, Húrin against Saruman. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good last night of the second round.
I'm actually now wondering if it's possible to see eventually Húrin versus Turin.
They would have to get to the, what is that? Yeah, they'd both have to win their regions and play in the Final Four.
Oh, okay. Well, unlikely, but who knows? You never know.
Possible. Yeah, Turin, oof. Yeah, Glaurung's, dude, he'd have to beat Glaurung and probably, Fëanor?
You know what? You know what the championship is going to be?
What say you?
It's going to be Luthien versus Galadriel.
Galadriel has been slain.
Oh, I'm so silly. Duh, never mind.
That would have been crazy, though.
Yeah. Wait, who took out Galadriel? I'm forgetting already.
She lost to Ancalagon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. The black last night. Okay. Yeah. How could I forget?
Josh wasn't here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chucky was filling in admirably, though.
Yeah, doing my best. No, of course. Yes. Finrod versus Ancalagon. Okay, so, well, just trying to get some females in there in the Final Four. We'll see what happens. Maybe. But, yeah, whatever. We have some elves that look kind of, close. So, we'll be fine.
I guess technically.
And the Witch King the Witch King. Yeah, exactly. Trans.
It's not the Wizard Queen, so I don't know.
and I don't know, man. Who knows what happens when you turn into a wraith?
Yes. An area of speculation across all Tolkien. At least by some.
Wraith sexuality.
Somehow the wraiths always end up being the center of our jokes.
I thought Thorondor was going to pull that off, but I'm building in the winners now so we can see them in the bracket. Yeah, Emilian got that one. That was a good one, though.
No upsets tonight, then, right?
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
First night ever?
I think you're right. Yeah, so Ungoliant and Beleg, no upsets there. Fingon and Fëanor. Yeah, you're right. No upsets tonight.
First
That's
episode
rare.
ever. Yeah, first episode ever that it was just all, as you would say, chalk.
Exactly.
Which I still don't understand that. But anyways,
It's just one of those old school bracket.
like
words,
I've
I guess.
learned what it means, but I still don't get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. There's a lot of stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm a hockey fan, and it's full of stuff like that.
I think what it is, it's one of those truncated expressions. Like the original expression was, "This is all going according to the chalkboard where the bracket lived." Right, and they've just shortened it to where it now doesn't make sense anymore.
Well, it would make more sense if they just said it's all board.
It's all board or it's all chalkboard. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we just advanced. Yeah, we just made it official. Advanced Ungoliant. Advanced Beleg. Beleg, we touched on one of those bracket prediction shows, and I told you guys that Beleg does well in the simulations. It's not that he should have really been an 8 seed. I think he's properly seeded. He just, with certain matchups, the guy, he's probably the best archer in the game, right? And that really matters. So, yeah, watch out, man. And Thranduil, I think, is kind of like Beleg light. So watch this matchup too. Maybe not against Glorfindel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Luthien or Huon has a good chance to end Beleg's little cute streak here.
Yeah, that's a good call there. Yeah, that's a good call. Ooh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm predicting an upset already, but more on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tune in for this one. All
That's
right,
a 4.5 versus a 4.5 if I've ever seen one.
Definitely. Yeah, it really
You know
is.
what I mean?
So, Hanti, question for you. What's the best part about winning?
Let me show you.
You know what's the most exciting thing about winning? It's when you win. I love that feeling.
Well said. That reminds me of Charlie Sheen. You guys remember his meltdown? Mm-hmm. That was in the very early ages of memes, maybe even like Twitter was around, but like pre-meme Twitter, right? Winning, that tiger's blood. He was banging 40-gram rocks. Speaking of cocaine, there.
Speaking of cocaine and drugs and
jeez, dude. All right, fellas. On that note, good night of fights. Thanks for joining.
Absolutely, and thank you as always for having us on this fights and matchups. It's always an exciting.
Yeah, we're getting down to it, getting close to the Sweet 16. We should make our own names for this stuff that's like Lord of the Ring, like the Sindarin 16 or something like that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Really good call.
But however, improvements to be made. We're still fucking making shit up as we go along here. So
Indeed.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the Fellowship did also. The Hobbits did all the way to Mordor. Kind of improvise, right?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Just don't give up.
Nope, exactly.
Because there's always a chance or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's the Hobbits proved it.
I think
right.
that what's the quote there, Adam?
Sorry, which quote?
Oh, our ending quote.
Yes, I was trying to do an alley-oop there, but
oh, my bad. Again, tomorrow I will have more coffee. I'm gonna be on.
You need to get your thyroid checked or what, dude?
Maybe, dude. Maybe.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'll be more awake. The girls, I can't blame it on my girls, man. But they
dude, I know life is busy. You don't gotta say a lot.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But they took longer with all their whole nighttime routine and everything. So yeah, I was behind the 8 ball tonight.
Yeah, mine's still wondering what I'm doing.
Mine has actually watched a lot of these. She knows about half the logo. She's really good at, matching the name she she knows, because she's seen The Hobbit, and I've told her about Lord of the Rings. She hasn't seen the movies yet.
Yeah.
So she can remember, oh, that's Eowyn, and that's Galadriel, and
Yeah.
that's Legolas. She's learning the logos, and it's pretty cool to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Oh, we're gonna raise them right.
Oh yes.
They're gonna be indoctrinated into this stuff.
They shall have many scholarly uncles that they didn't know they had.
Totally, dude. Wouldn't have it any other way. All right, guys. Let's leave it at that. And for all you guys watching us out there, we appreciate you guys. Go find us on all the sites, whatever your favorite site is. All the typical promotional crap, that we're not very good at. Click the like button and the subscribe button on the platforms that have that, or go to MiddleEarthMadness.com and follow there, subscribe there. There's a subscribe feature there you can take advantage of. Doesn't cost anything, man. It's all free, all good. Go buy hot sauce from our best sponsor, D-Lab Hot Sauce from Texas. Some legit flavors of Texas and sort of peppers from all over the world, man.
That's not free. You have to buy it. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's a sponsor. So they ain't running a charity right here. That's a sponsor.
Yeah. It's good. Blow your.
Yeah.
I need to get some.
Yeah. I'll send some to you, man. It's free for you.
We appreciate you guys, man. It's go do all of those things. It really helps us out. And we can keep trucking over here at Middle Earth Madness. So first and foremost, thanks for watching, everyone. And until the next battle, remember, as Professor Tolkien says, you can only come to the morning through the shadows. And where there is life, there is always hope. You are never out of the fight.